1, it's Palidore, the post-OC Sixador, back again with Echo Arena Top 20 Plays featuring Pizza League Season 2, Week 4. Let's do it. At number 20, we begin our countdown with the Ender, baiting the pass for the intercept, then the casual toss from the outside. At 19, it's Strembitsky waving his wand of shot fakes with a bibbity, the bobbity, the boom. At 18, it's Kung defending 2v1, going undercover to recover for Team Sauce. At 17, it's Ender to J, under to Ender, Ender going over for the shot. At 16, possession changing hands a couple times before I Killed Cupid finds Jaywalker for the snipe of a shot past two defenders. At 15, a similar play develops, but this time it's Strembitsky on the mozzarella stack, in the back, on track to deny the attack. At 14, it's Andy W using his ears, sensing the enemy for that stun block, then bouncing it to Kung for the in-rhythm 3. Number 13, it's Gamerboy with the block, gets knocked right after, then climbed all over for the snag and the score by Strem. Strem climbing that ladder like it's his day job. At 12, it's Kung in goal being unfazed by the up and under, the beautiful concentration for the save. At number 11, off the rebound, it's Kaznaz with a difficult shot fading backwards, but still enough muscle to beat the defense's hustle. Starting the top 10, it's Jaywalker the aggressive D, Ender in a great position for the intercept, dodges the defense and takes an off-balance shot that is absolute. At 9, it's crunch time in the first round of Jalapeno versus Mozzarella, and on the save, it's Mort, the export of great import to keep his team alive. At 8, it's all of Team Pepperoni with the Passeronis, slicing apart the defense with that gorgeous pass work, and every player touching the disc in this sequence. Then at 7, it's yet another impeccable peppering of Pepperoni passing to impress upon the defense and certainly impress the fans. Pepperoni showing why they were one of two teams going undefeated all season so far. And the other undefeated team? Why, those guys right there on Team Sauce. That brings us to number 6. It's Team Sauce with a defensive denial. First, watch Kung, stunned but ducking with Sneaky from Pepperoni attached to incidentally block the shot with Sneaky's head. Second shot, Kung takes it into his own hands for a save. Third attempt, and another save from Chocolate. Then the steal and clear from Duller. Team Sauce showing why they had been undefeated all season as well. Entering the top 5, Team Jalapeno is down by 2, approaching 30 seconds left in the round. Off the turnover, Mozzarella reaches the disc first, but then it's Jay from Jalapeno snaking in for the intercept and the hot shot to steal the round. At number 4, it's Jalapeno looking for lightning to strike twice towards the end of the next round. Game is tied up, and this time it's Ender showing some fancy handles, then winding it to Cupid for the arrow to the heart of Team Mozzarella. Then on the other side for play number 3 with the clock winding down, it's Cupid and Jaywalker on defense making sure that the arrow in Mozzarella sticks. Mozzarella sticks. At play number 2, we're heading back to this upper finals match between the only undefeated teams left in Pizza League. Over by Bowtie, it's Kung coming through with the party favors for Sauce with a punch. Then the dip before the deuce. His team coming back to tie it up after being down 10-4 only 3 minutes prior. Coming in at number 1, same match seconds later off a turnover. It's Kung dipping for the disc. Last time the party favors, this time the partying favors, finding Della Ranger for the wildfire into the goal as time expires, completing Team Sauce's comeback on a game winner. Ranger things have happened, and Sauce does go on to win round 3 and advance into the Pizza League Grand. Hey, 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 welcome to the stream tonight. All right, getting started with, well, not started, but continuing with this match between Schrödinger's Disc and Protostar here in VRML Week 6 of Season 2. So 2 more streams to end the night for you. We've already had a lot all afternoon / evening, and closing it off here with some back-to-back matches. This one going to be, again, Schrödinger's Disc versus Protostar. About half an hour or so from now, we also will have 4 Angy men coming in against Zero Gravity. So back-to-back streams for these back-to-back teams. And over to the Twitch chat, well, welcome back, depending on how long y'all have been here or been around. See Grizzoli stopping by, talking about the old Pizza League highlights. Yeah, good times. Seems so long ago, and yet so short. Time's a funny thing, isn't it? But yeah, last season of Pizza League ended about, what, 10 months ago or so? I think it was right towards the end of September or early October. I mean, it seems like a long time away, and yet in the grand scheme of things, kind of not. But a lot of changes, a lot of growth since then. And believe me, if I weren't casting so much, you know, maybe I'd make some more of those videos, but kind of said it before, I prefer casting in a way because I can't edit myself. That's what always kills me on those videos. It takes me forever editing small things that don't actually matter all that much, but I can't help it. Obsessive. So better to put the obsession into a live cast where it's just one and done. So all right, here we go. Schrödinger's Disc, Protostar. It sounds like, I know for at least some of these players, we'll be using open comms, I think, on Schrödinger's Disc at minimum, so probably keep the comms off for this one. Keep it all in-house for them and what have you. But yeah, getting ready to start off here. So this will actually be my personal first look at Schrödinger's Disc in quite a long time. They've been playing, you know, over the course of these last couple, not more than a couple, last month and a half or so. It's just I haven't been able to stream them or cast them personally. Of course, these are veteran players, a veteran team, dating back to 2017, actually. Now, they had disappeared for a little while, but now they're back, and that makes me really happy to see. Been mentioning it week to week, day to day, how for as many new players and teams as we're getting lately, it's really great to see the kind of the veterans returning as well, or getting back into competitive play and still hanging around and trying to show that they can still hang indeed with all these teams of today. So getting started, Stuff Muff, as I now mute the comms, and having it stolen by 5-Spotted Dog. So 5-Spotted, looking behind, checking around, and they're going to work it up the floor here for Protostar. So they pass to the shoulder, but just diving off was already kind of pressured by the defense. And taking it back is Robot's mind. See Grizzoli in there as well. Just watching for me. I'm just watching. I'm casting for the teams, but I'm glad to see everyone here who does stop by. Day to day, night to night, week to week, whenever you show up. Like I said, it's always good to see familiar faces and to chat around. Because you know what? This is my social life now as well. Anyways, over here, Schrödinger's Disc with the disc. Indeed, it's Stuff Muff getting the nice goal. 2 points. First, the orange way. And just a fader. It wasn't the easiest shot, but a good hit just the same. Look at that. Just softly into the top on the stun goalie. That was the important part, was the fact that the stun went through. So good coordination and communication for Schrödinger's Disc. All right, so another takeaway here by Schrödinger's Disc. Going to miss it, but the tap on the 3-point shot. Nice connection, and Dark Ninja had to be a ninja with those reflexes just to make sure it went in, because he was just a second away from a stun or a steal. Great heady play there to continue a little bit of that fire. There's 5 points for them in just 2 minutes of action. All right, so on this rollout, leaf around. Just going to await the defenders to approach, and there they are. The stack getting split off for a moment, but not too long, as some stuns go through. will be RDG in the top pocket here. Going to take that away. Has players bottom and back. So good positioning. However, a bit tough on the catch. So over at the side wall, the robots mine finding that clear. And immediately on the boost already, you can see Stuff Muff coming through with it, as well as Kirito. And they are going to go for the 2-point goal. And 7-0 for Schrödinger's disc. Very nice start for them. Coming out with some fire. And just showing some of what I missed out, I suppose, over the last couple times they've been streamed. But again, this was a team dating back to 2017. So great to see, you know, these players sticking together. Only other team, they're few and far between. You know, talk about Ignite, talk about, at least by name, Smash Dash, Team Gravity, although roster's kind of shifting there. There's not a lot of teams. Kangarillas are another one, obviously, but who've been around since that early seasons of VRML, or VRL as well, and, you know, still sticking through with the roster. So makes me happy, puts a smile on the face here. 5-spotted dog here, trying to find the pass up high to leaf around, but just going to be stunned, unfortunately for them. So Zesper taking it away, still right back to the rebound, but another shot snagged, saved, and out of there. That was a great hit. I think it was Stuff Muff. Hopefully I'm giving some proper respect to the name of the goalies there, because the goalie's always impressive. But so the Stuff indeed, as Dark Ninja and Stuff go for a clear. They boost and get there with some very nice efficiency. And just a blink of an eye, the shot's a blink off as the clear goes for leaf around and into the hands of Kirito. So another pass off here, handed to Dark Ninja. Dark Ninja looking for a pass to the boot, but too strong again on that one. And still trying to get some more points on here. Protostar needing to defend and find themselves their first couple. But Dark Ninja here working all around that outer edge and just out again of the reach. So as some more brawls unfold and unravel, Zesper coming through that tornado of stuns with a disc, but then right back to Dark Ninja again. So playing that midfield and looking to get some points off of it. Some good patience being shown here as they just maneuver and toe those lines before finding the 2-point goal. So Stuff Muff from Kirito with the 9th point. All right, so we have 5 minutes left in this round. We're going to have another joust out here, being taken by Leaf Around. You can see that kind of delayed stack eventually coming back, and that's a nice rollout here as Zesper takes it away. Looking for a pass over there to Artie, but unfortunately cut off. Artichoked, in fact. But that deep shot almost actually going in. Now a rebound attempt here by Dark Ninja. Dark Ninja going dark with the stuns, but then right back here, it's RDG with the guns, the artillery, as Kirito takes a disc back though, and will back it out. So back to the front and shut out there. Leaf Around with a nice defensive maneuvering, but still retaining, and another chance yet. Stuff Muff going off the back, rebounds it, and sends it up high. But Zesper taking it away and trying to look for a clear, but has to be careful because that tunnel guarded pretty well by that midfielder, and it looks like it might, in fact, get them the disc back. Let's see. Dark Ninja, indeed, gets it regardless. So some really nice defense from Protostar, but just aren't able to really find their offense and get those clears. That's the tough part. Now Leaf Around trying to change that here as he dives out of the goal, and goes for a pass over to 5-spotted Dog. 5-spotted hitting Zesper on the other end, and Zesper now just maneuvering around, making sure they have some time to work. And that he does. So passing it over, a very tough one that would have been. Good dive from Stuff Muff, so Stuff Muff showing some great defense there once more inside the bubble. And the stack gonna collect themselves a open goal maybe. Took a little bit of extra time, so going to have to tap off the bottom and dropping it up to the top, but having a tough time. So Schrödinger's disc, they do have the 9-point lead, but not been easy, especially these last few minutes here. Just a lot of disarray being caused here by Protostar inside their bubble. See Grizzoli complimenting the passing plays and those intercepts as well earlier on. And yeah, that's always a tough thing when you play good defense and you just have it intercepted or shot again on the goal. Definitely can hurt the mentality for a team. But that said, the fling into the deep end will be taken by Leaf around. And Protostar still trying to convert on a first shot, but instead being left hurt by Stuff Muff. Kirito as well, dishing it off here to Robot's Mind. Why do I keep calling him Robo? Thinking of Creator, but nonetheless trying to create a shot opportunity. And that was great for Kirito on the put away. 11 points for Schrödinger's disc. That was a nice two-man game. Just pass, and then pass back, and then back again. And that's how you do it. That is just a clinic of offensive efficiency. Really making the goalkeepers just redirect their attention back and forth and just making sure they don't have really time to line up those saves and things. Now that said, a shot will be off there for 5-spotted dog, and a rebound at the top wedge here from Zesper. Zesper coming away with the disc now and approaching. They have a 5-spotted on the floor. They have Artie diving, and a nice assist there. Really tough catch as well, so Artie, full credit. That was just beyond his wingspan, but still managed to reach and just teach on the offensive end. That was a great grab, and they got their first 2 points of this round. Now as they launch out here again, it's Kirito with the disc, and going to be on the offense for the first time. Plenty of time to work it up the floor there, handing it off, and Stuff Muff at the mid-zone. You can see these roamers for Protostar really trying to bother and actually do a pretty good job now once it reached that midfield. So Leaf around, diving off there and trying to pass it to the pocket. Another good catch there from 5-spotted this time, but a turnover to Kirito. So back they go. You can see Leaf around as well as a 5-spotted trying to close off that bubble. And we'll just force indeed that fling right into the goalkeeper. So not keeping it for too long. It's Kirito with the disc once more. Zesper is going to approach. And the backboarded shots going to be taken by Leaf around. So showing some good defense there and just the presence of mind to be able to turn around and quickly pin it off the backboard before it goes in. But that said, pinning him down with some stuns. It was Dark Ninja getting that one out and then tapping it right above to the shoulder. Communication being strong here from Schrödinger's disc. And coming along for the grab, it's Kirito. So a pass off, and the shot goes through. A nice assist once more of the passing play. Pretty impeccable here from Schrödinger's disc in the last couple scores of theirs. Always important to achieving those goals and just getting the highest percentage opportunity that you can possibly ask for on that end of the floor. So this will just about end the round now. It's going to go the way of Schrödinger's disc on this launch now. And yeah, 13-2 on the scoreboard. And we'll redirect there and take a look at what we've got. So on the offense, it was just pretty unstoppable there for a good while for Schrödinger's disc. Not because the lack of defense, just much more so the great passes. Makes it so tough to save as well. It's getting some consecutive attempts. You see 72% of the shots taken there were in fact by Schrödinger's disc. So it was 6 points for Stuff Muff, but not only the points, but also the on-point defense. Had the couple of saves and 13 stuns, and just some nice dives on the occasions where Protostar was able to get it towards that orange bubble. But Kirito contributing a couple points and a couple assists, as well as 22 stuns. So 2-2, 2-2 on that, and that is too true as we go to round 2 real soon. But Robot's Mind, I keep thinking Robo Creator, so I guess shout out to him. But Robot's Mind, got to stay in my mind here for the 2 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 2 steals, 13 stuns. He had Dark Ninja with 3 points and 9 stuns. Over for Protostar, it was RDG the 2 points there, as well as 16 stuns. 5 spotted with a steal and 8 stuns. Leaf around with 4 saves, very nice, and 5 stuns, just the same. Now Zesper, the 22 stuns, so tied for the game high there, along with Kirito, I think it was there. Let me make sure, indeed, as round 2 is underway. So off this neutral joust, it's Zesper with a disc, but only has it for a couple seconds before taking it back. And back again, so Kirito over to the side, recognizing Stuff Muff there, finding him before it could really get too much going, just had to fling it into the deep end. And there's some mobility, really nice being shown from Protostar. And that's the kind of speed that you want to see, really bothering on the stacks and getting back to the disc in time at that. So really nice job, Protostar. If they can keep that up, that maybe will have themselves a good start, a better start to this round to match their 2 points from round 1. Taken fast on the shot, but a save from Stuff Muff. So maybe taking a little bit too far out, making the save just a little bit easier to collect, but still, there was a lot of mustard being thrown on that one, so not the easiest one at the end of the day. And into the pocket, B dropped out to the bottom ramp. And let's see, so on the offense here, Schrödinger's disc, as Grizzly's pointing out, with the nice passing in the round 1 there to buy them a lot of those scores. If they can get it going again, we'll have some more points yet. So Stuff Muff gonna jet one over to the barrier. Dark Ninja has it taken by RDG. And G, that was very nice. But Zesper getting the disc back and now spacing out on this approach to the mid zone. So RDG just avoiding that stack in the back line. Finding Leaf Around as well. Leaf Around, passing it right back. So good concentration here. All these passes soft and precise. That one fast and extremely well woven for the first 2 points. Protostar, the shooting star, Zesper in this case, finds those 2 points. About a minute and 37 seconds in there into the second round. So there you go. That's exactly what they needed to start off the right way. Already meeting their scoring total from round 1. So Protostar now maybe finding themselves some momentum here. Oh, there you go. A nice grab from 5-spotted Dog. Gonna eye down the offense to Zesper. Zesper, yes, sir. It's 5 points for Protostar. 11 seconds into that joust. Fantastic clapback from Proto, because they be pros, though. And they're going to try and force us round 3. So, all right. See Gator Rich in there as well as Crispier Fries. Stop it in the chat. How you guys doing? Crispier Fries, of course, we just saw on the stream not too long ago. But over here, RDG, a tap back to 5-spotted. And a grab back from Kirito. That said, a Robot's Mind. Someone slap me if I say Robo one more time, I swear. Robot's Mind, finding the disc here. Kirito as well, gonna dive in and right in the corner. SAO. And that was a great goal for their first 2 points of this round.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
So just a walk-in goal on that one, essentially. Nothing too fancy. It's just those types of opportunities that you love as an offensive player. I mean, of course, the open ones are even better, but anytime you can just walk it in one-on-one on a goalie, that's just about the best you can hope for on the majority of opportunities, on the majority of offensive pushes. That said, getting pushed and getting punched and getting stunned, all of the above, these players now starting to disperse a bit. Leaf Around, going up for the boop shot. Could it be? Almost, but no, it's taken out by Stuff. Yeah, Newton, exactly. I keep I keep saying Robo instead of robots. Because yes, I am thinking of Robo Creator. Because up until Schrödinger's disc players returned here this season, I mean, I haven't seen them for years. So up until then, Robo Creator was the only robot, anything that I had to think of as right there on the spot. It's 5-spotted. 3-point shot. 8-2. Protostar suddenly just turning it up in the second round. So, you know, held to only 2 points in the first 10 minutes, and now in only 4 minutes of play, they've already got 8 points. So, really good for them. Schrödinger's disc here trying to collect and stop some of that bleeding. You know, not trying to relinquish that control that they built up in that first round through all those great passing plays. So we'll see. Robot's Mind. Yeah, he's going to dive up, trying to find the goal, and they get it to go. So both of the goals here for Schrödinger's disc have actually been kind of identical. The first one was actually by Kirito, the second one by Robot's Mind here. But both of them were basically just a walk-in directly from this bottom right corner and right into that top pocket. So for Protostar, if they find themselves in that situation again on defense, you know, trying to get back on time might be good, and you know, diving out on those players, not allowing them to just walk it up calmly. So that said, walking it in calmly, throwing it in. It's 5-spotted, back-to-back 3-point hits. 5-shotted on that. And yeah, 6 quick points in the last minute or so, minute and a half. That was a great job by 5. Give me 5. All right. Give them 11, in fact. Nonetheless, it's 4 minutes left, a little bit above here as the joust goes out offensively for Schrödinger's disc. This stack in the midfield just trying to deal with Stuff Muff. Grizzoli saying it's an interesting game, and Gatorich saying that Protostar wants a round 3. So do we all. Always the most entertainment we can get is when we get those round 3s, of course. So as a spectator, you love to see it. As a team member of either one of these teams, you know, you don't want to see it. You always want to sweep when you can, of course, but you know, that's why I'm in the booth and they're in the arena, and right there it's ringing true for Leaf Around. Actually, the shot almost saved, I should say, by Leaf Around. Looks like self-goal credit, unfortunately, so that is going to go in and be 6 points now for Schrödinger's disc. All right, so Leaf Around now with it, trying to make up for that last almost save, as RDG there handing off a disc just slickly over to Zesper. Kind of a no-looker, it seemed like, but looking good. That said, maybe looking not as much, because that is a nice touch to Kirito for the goal. Always tough margins when you know playing with fire, kind of, when you're dealing with those defensive stacks. On one hand, if you're an offensive player, you do not want to throw it too early, because then you're giving the stacks a lot of time to just align themselves and get that interception. But at the same time, you don't want to hold on to it for too long either, where they get really close and then suddenly pounce on you and take a steal. So it's really small margins as that one. Talk about small margins. That was nearly in, just a couple inches off. That's going to be grabbed by Stuff Muff. And now Kirito taking that away, handing it over to the barrier. So good communication once more as Dark Ninja looks for a clear. Just manages to squeak through the mid lane defender. And the stack collecting it here for Stuff Muff, and a great shot from deep, fading to the right, and it was right on. It's 11-11, tied up here. Schrödinger's disc making a comeback. So are they dead or are they alive? Well, that's Schrödinger's disc, I guess, for you, right in the name. 2 minutes left to make something happen. Every shot is, and every single turnover for that matter, you know, good thing or bad thing regardless for either team, because it's essentially 0-0 now. It's tied up. I mean, this is getting into sudden death territory where everything matters so very much in this crunch time. So Protostar trying to come back now after being scored on there on that 3, unable to grab the disc, and that's going to be slapped off the sidewall into the tunnel. Now 5-spotted is there for the immediate fling to Zesper. Zesper trying to go to the ramp, and now they still got time to just want to play it slowly, spread the floor, trying to look for a good opportunity. Going to the bottom, but tough on the catch, so a little bit scrambled. They'll still get it back. 1:27 remaining. And now the defense trying to pressure lightly but not get caught out. A pass attempt goes high and skying for it, but not into the goal. So still tied up at 11 apiece. And now the defense trying to get a piece of that disc and trying to find some peace of mind. Not Robot's mind, maybe indeed, as it goes in for the 2-point dunk. Stuff Muff. That is indeed an important stuff into the goal. They're up by 2. And they continue to bring it back in these last few minutes with goal after goal. Protostar now with less than a minute left. Just need to play this very, very, very carefully. And they should be right in line for maybe an OT being forced. But, you know, they got to be careful here. Not turn it over. There's that nice delayed stack that we've seen from them. But that said, kind of giving it right back. And Kirito taking that away. And with the goal exposed, it could be dangerous here. 30 seconds left. And all I know is Protostar needs to get that back, and right after this clear, find their stacks. Miss grab on that one, but it will be taken here by 5-spotted. Still some time. A soft handoff, trying to make it as soft as possible for the catch. So there's RDG. There's 16 seconds left. Going for the pass. Going for the 2. It's tied up here, and we're going to go indeed to an OT in round 2. Protostar, the plays, and in a maze. Fantastic concentration to make it happen. So there we go, overtime. Very, very timely shot, without a doubt. And let's see. All right, staying alive, Protostar. The thing you got to watch here, the dangers as always, is if you commit too hard to these first neutral jousts in OT especially, just not getting caught out, getting back fast. That said, taking it really fast is Schrödinger's disc. So opting to maybe just stay back completely on defense, it seems like, for Protostar. Not sure if that was a purposeful thing or not, but nonetheless, some of them getting stuck out here, so they got some options and, ooh, some really interesting interactions. Nonetheless, into the opposite end of the zone, it's going to be taken at the orange bubble by Leaf Around. Leaf Around, shot goes down. Protostar. They will indeed win this one and force it to another round. OT in the books. And 15-13. Whew. That was just a game of runs. That was a round of runs where it was just one team. Protostar started off hot, and then Schrödinger's disc caught fire and brought it back, and then it was just a trade-off there at the end to force the OT. So that's the name of the game. That's how sports work, right? It's always just a game of runs. That's the beauty of the 10-minute rounds as well, compared to the days of old where it used to be 5-minute rounds and where a single run would guarantee a team a victory. But in this situation, I mean, you can go back and forth, few back-to-back goals for one team, few back-to-back goals for the other. And then that's how you get these overtimes and these late matches or late rounds where it's just neck and neck. So always fun to see. Crispier Fries calling out the spike. Yeah, there was some interactions there for sure, but you know, gotta roll with it. And I know for Schrödinger's disc, probably not huge fans of it, but at the same time, it's really just going to be a matter of resetting the mentality, as usually is the case, always is the case between these rounds, and just say, okay, well, you know, it didn't end in the sweep that we wanted. That's okay. We can still come back in round 3, have a strong showing, stick to our game plan that was working so well earlier on. And that shot, actually, that joust, working very well, but unfortunately not finding them the results that they wished for. Leaf Around still gets the rebound, the Leaf Bound, as they're getting it to 5-spotted Dog. Now 5-spotted, pass over as they approach the bubble, right into the goal. Stuffmuff, though, the absolute denial. So rejecting it and now sending it into the midfield. That was a huge save, and the good grab here from Robot's Mine, and Robot finds the 3, and that was a mighty fine shot. Well-oiled machine. 3 points to Schrödinger's disc, starting off the first minute of the 3rd round. But great, all predicated off that save from Stuffmuff. That was crazy good. And that was so, I mean, it was close range. It was from that bottom corner. It was with offensive players there trying to brawl him out. I mean, those are the ones that impressed me a lot, because it's just that's something Dash was always good at when I was playing with or against him. As this shot gets rebounded and dunked through from Kirito. 5 points. That was something that always impressed me about Dash when I was playing against him or on the same team as well. Just the ability to, you know, maintain the shield on the head there when he was being bothered by offensive players trying to stun him out to, you know, make the shots easier. But his ability to just release the shield, save the disc, slap it out of there, all in just one fluid motion with basically no time. I mean, it's so difficult for the vast majority of players to be able to do that consistently. But Stuffmuff doing a good job and to show that, you know, consistently in the goal, he is the man. Nonetheless, Leaf Around. They're going to find the pass over there, but a good stun out there. Kirito and Stuffmuff actually diving out to deny. So as these players kind of pile on each other and converge, they're going to get it back for Protostar. Now the defense playing really aggressive there for Schrödinger's disc. It's not going to earn a clear nor a goal, just another attempt right through, but taken out. So trying to kind of weave it through that basket of defenders, and still yet, though, RDG here is going to get the disc now, so sends it over to 5-spotted Dog. 5-spotted, looking over to the Pac-Man and trying to bury that shot, maybe with one more pass, actually backing it out, and wise move at that. RDG coming in hot, but being stunned right above the nest. And back to the tunnel, immediate boost for Schrödinger's disc, and now a chance again to make a hit and off just slightly, but no, it's going to be saved actually by Artie, I believe, and Zesper is there to deny. Maybe it was a leaf route, I'm not sure. Just don't mind me, I don't do this for a job or anything. Now, anyway, it's Stuff Muff carrying it through. Now, this is the problem. You get a great save, but look, then the other team still retains a disc, and it's as if it didn't matter in the first place. So trying to stay steady, and they actually do. Leaf around stop. Another big defensive stoppage being shown. This time, coming through from Protostar back to back. Now, be careful with those stacks and those stuns, flybys from all these players involved. And wow, what a pace this has certainly suddenly turned into. Just racing back and forth, save after save. Now, the goal's open now, but I would not be surprised just to see a sudden swoop player coming in for a denial had that gone through. But some overshoots will prevent it, so Protostar takes that away. Back out here to Zesper. 0 points for Protostar still, so it's kind of a tale of 3 games, I guess, because that first round they were held to only 2 points. Then the last round, they piled on 15. At the moment, scoreless here, 4 minutes through. So just, you know, the change of rhythms, a nice dive, and it gets them the goal again. Robot's mind does not mind at all these passes that his teammates are setting him up for. Nice assist.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Uh-oh. I hope that's not just me. Is the video getting a little bit laggy on the stream? I'm just noticing that. Hopefully it hasn't been like that for too long. That's not fun. Anyway, RDG with the disc, and we're going to go, or he's going to go to Zesper here. Limiting Walnut saying we're good. Good, I hope so. But yes, a lot of diving, says Gator Rich. Great find, though, to leaf around. There is the shot and the passing play they needed. This is what got Schrödinger's disc a lot of success, especially in the first round. This is what got Protostar some more success, as well as, you know, 5 spotted catching fire with those 3-point hits in round 2. But, you know, if they can find more of those great fundamental bread and butter cross-pass plays, they'll still be in good position. They've got 5 minutes. That is an eternity in Echo Arena, especially in a game that's kind of fast-paced like this. So there you go, 5 spotted, taking it away and looking up high for one of his teammates. It does reach Artie, and Artie is going to just maneuver and wait for his teammates to join him a little bit. They're going up front, a little bold, and it's going to be sent through the tunnel. You can see Schrödinger's disc wasting no time in the stacks, but kind of likewise for Protostar. Zesper here finds a disc and back to the bottom of the floor. And again, diving in, but see, diving on essentially would have been a 2-on-1 at best, and just a tough way to try to make an offense work there. Now, with that said, dunking it home, it's Kirito, and that's going to be very, very damaging for Protostar. Only down by 7, so there's still time, but it's those kind of opportunities, you know, like once you have the disc as a QB, an offensive player, not making sure that you don't leave your anchor and dive into the bubble unless you already know where your next pass is going. And I think that's where it got a little bit lost in that play. That said, they still have a lot of time to make up for it, and we know, based on what we've already seen, that they're more than capable of getting it done. That said, Zesper holding on to it long, not realizing that one of those grabs was from an enemy. They will lose it out here to Stuff Muff. Stuff Muff going aside to Robot's Mind, and does not find the goal, but the rebound certainly will be grabbed and now dumped in for the 2. It's 3:33 left in the game. Kirito, another shot, 11-2, and starting to pull away indeed. And okay, chat saying angles were all good, so I'm glad to hear that. I was getting really wonky looking things on my video player, but that's fine. I guess my resources all focus completely on the game and not the browser. Grizzoli asking for thoughts. My thoughts on ding dunking. Don't know if you are familiar with stuff that's happened before, but right now, ooh, that shot is happening. Artie, gee, 5-spotted dog, great delivery. And you can see Artie throwing it in with some oomph into it. That was definitely put some extra something on that. But ding dunking. Once upon a time, there was a team named Eclipse. And once upon a time, in a major game at a LAN, at the very, very, very end of the final round of final game of a best of 5. I mean, there may have been a ding dunk. May have been controversial. Anyway. Generally do not approve. It depends, it's contextual, right? Depending on the teams. If it's done with an actual toxic kind of mindset, then no, don't like it. You know, if it's between two teams who just are known for bantering with each other kind of like that, then yeah, I think there should be room for that in sports, but it just depends, you know. Nonetheless, that's going to go pretty close to the goal. Only 2 minutes left, and the time not going to be very well on the side of Protostar. Less than 2 minutes remaining, and yeah, just at this point, they basically need to be super aggressive, maybe get some defensive stacks going on, kind of like this right here, trying to find that. But as the clock winds down, what Schrödinger's disc can do here is just waste some time, and every second is going to matter and really buy them some good opportunities. As a great stuffage there from Leaf Around. So far, as great as, I mean, Stuff Muff has been excellent in the goal. Leaf Around, too, has had some amazing saves in that goal. So, gotta hand it to him. The defenders here for both Protostar and Schrödinger's disc have been incredible. Now that shot, unable to drop it into the goal, and more time yet wasted here off the clock, unfortunately, but 5-spotted coming away. Some clever maneuvering just through a sea of defenders. Does see the disc, but look at that Stuff Muff again. The great grab, and that was an excellent placement on the shot. It was right in the top corner, but it was still saved yet. Two fantastic goalies indeed. But the shot now, no goalie in the area, and that's going to sail in for Robot's Mind. Softly at 9 meters a second, and just able to squeak that one in right before the defenders finally got back. That was some crazy good goalkeeping that we saw from both sides of the floor. Super impressed. Super impressed. But as the time does finally wind down, about 30 seconds left, it will be a win, in fact, for Schrödinger's disc. So there goes one more shot for Protostar, but again, the time, unfortunately, a little too late. But both these teams definitely giving it their all, fighting hard, playing hard, and bringing it to this third round, right down to the last couple of minutes. But Schrödinger's disc able to come out with a win. And again, that long-time experience, you know, despite the fact that prior to VRML, they hadn't been playing as a team or even individually for most of them for a couple of years, to my knowledge. But it's good to see them back, and you know, good to see them still looking to push ahead and rise up the ranks and, you know, claim their spot here on the ladder next to all these dozens, hundreds really, of new teams just about. So fun game there. Schrödinger's disc, though, will win it in 3. Now, with that said, we're going to go to the stat screen pretty quick here, as presuming that the other match has waited. We had one more final match. Presuming that they waited, I'm going to get into that in just a moment. So, divert you to the stats, but don't mind my brief silence as I make sure we're good. All right, so not sure if we'll be streaming this next one or not. I didn't see anything in the Discord, and I also don't have invites yet. So I'll give it a couple minutes. I'm not really positive whether this was the last match of the night or not. But on that note, can I at least read the stats for now? And yeah, just get a good look at what was a really good match. It was just that first round, taken pretty dominantly there by Schrödinger's disc. A lot of fantastic passes and holding their own on defense. But that said, an excellent second round by Protostar, and especially 5-spotted Dog had those back-to-back threes that were just huge for building the momentum in a 1 minute span, and then forcing that OT and getting the win eventually. But then, yeah, Schrödinger's disc came back and did, again, just more of the good plays that we saw from round 1. You know, that team-oriented style play, and just really taking advantage of the open goals that they did get and looking for the extra passes. But it was right down to the wire, and I do like the fact, you know, for both of these teams, if you look down the stat line, you know, points and assists, I mean, saves, just look at the stats. Stuns as well. I mean, everyone from both teams are filling up multiple categories here very nicely. So it's not about either team having players just carrying each other. Well, no, it's exactly that. They are carrying each other. It's not one person doing all that work, and I like to see that a lot. Over on Schrödinger's side, though, it was 12 points for Sao Kirito and 3 assists, 4 saves, 1 steal, 59 stuns. And 11. Oh, got my invite, so I'm joining that right now. 11 for Stuff Muffin, 3 assists, 8 saves, amazing saves. Robot's Mind with 12 points, 2 assists, 2 saves. Dark Ninja with 3 points, 1 assist. Over on Protostar's side, it was 10 points for Zesper and 3 assists, 4 for Leaf Around, 7 saves, again, amazing. 5 Spotted Dog with 6 points, 3 assists. And then 4 points and 3 assists for RDG. All right, that said, the briefest of intermissions as I'm trying to get into this match right about now. And we will be back with your final one of the night. All right, that was probably one of the easily the fastest transition into a new match I think I've ever done. Getting started right away, though. Appreciate these teams for waiting. I got to make sure I even have them on the right sides here, roster-wise. Nonetheless, it's 4 Angy Men versus 0 Gravity. Getting started here. It's Old Dog with the disc. And I'm going to walk it up the floor. So Old Dog here for 0 Gravity. So indeed, I think they're on the right sides. Good, good, good. And oh yes, Garbanzo Beans. I should have remembered. Garbanzo, one of my favorite names here of VRM. All right, so off we go. This is a match between 4 Angy Men and 0 Gravity. Will be Garbanzo Beans with a disc for 4 Angy Men, looking for the clear, going over to Sir Waffles, and over on that fling into the side panel. Going to be taken back, though, eventually here by Garbanzo. Garbanzo looking to approach the goal to Waffles on the pass, but unable to find that one. And now getting it together on the sidewall. Sorry for the brief silence there. I'm just trying to get my replays also in order. But nonetheless, off to the sidewall is going to be taken back, it looks like, by 0 Gravity. So sailing in fast is Old Dog. And Old Dog trying to get that back. No, it's going to be Cyber Warrior instead. We can see the boost from Garbanzo and Doo-Da-Diddy. Getting that disc and sending it through the tunnel. Going to take some awkward bounces, though, so just missing the hands of the teammates as it sails now into the midfield. Now taken back by Garbanzo. Another heave there into the goal. Leads the goal area, but unable to get anything going until that rebound, maybe. And that one will indeed be going for Garbanzo Beans. With the Garbanzo Beams. It's the second time we've seen a bean on stream in the last hour and a half or so. Always fun to see. All right, that's said. All right, there you go. Replays are in the right place. So, back into the game. Sorry about that. Like I said, quickest transition into a game I've ever done. Over here, though, taken back in the mid lane by, let's see, a pile up forming Garbanzo Beans again. Sir Waffles there as well. Got Waffles, we got Beans. Right now, we've got a dog trying to, actually, this is, again, the second dog we've also seen on stream in the last hour or so. He had 5 spotted in the other one. So there you go. These guys are animals. Now over here, it's going to be taken back by Garbanzo and gets the goal to go. Cleaning up off that backboard area and finding the 4th points for the Angy Men. Not to be confused with angry, but maybe a little bit hangry. I'm a bit hangry right now. Just kidding. All in good spirits, all in good fun. Right here, though, on the joust, it's Myth. Or, wait a minute. Not Myth. How am I supposed to It's MTYH. I'm going to assume it's myth. Otherwise, that's going to be very awkward for me to pronounce. Garbanzo Beans with the disc, though. Once more, a soft pass over, going to miss the hands, and taken back here by Myth with a disc. Has Old Dog attached, and they're going for a clear, but no boost, because look at all that stun power coming up from nowhere. Less Cyber Warrior over to Old Dog, having it stolen, and now dipping below for a grab and a tap. Garbanzo to the top corner. Grizzoli saying it's that doesn't help me at all. Off the cloud here, it's going to bounce to the floor near the trench, taken back by Garbanzo. All over the place. Has the cutting teammates side and above, but in the mid lane, it's Dragon with the intercept. So over here to the floor, it's Garbanzo taking that back yet again. Really patient with it, trying to look for the right pass, and it was the right area, just not quite on the execution, but fortunately they'll have plenty of time to gather it back once again. So Diddy goes for the side pass, and it goes up high to Garbanzo Bean. But Garbanzo having it stolen and losing it off the Geo, unfortunately, but still not going to pay for it. Of course, the longer it stays on one side of the floor, the more dangerous, the more likely it is to result in a goal on this side. So got to be careful. Toasted with an attempted clear, and it is right out of there into the hands of Diddy. Finding a 3, and that's kind of, what I'm getting at. The more of those intercepts and steals, and the more it stays on one side of the floor, the more in danger you get. Because defense is tough, and no doubt the anxiety when you just can't get the clears playing a factor. Grizzoli's asking, can you have a good night? Yes, you might have another good night. Good night and good fight. Sleep tight. Up high, Garbanzo Beans with a clear into the bottom. I forgot for you, it's forgot what time zone you are, but it's like, what, 5 a.m. or something like that? Or it's pretty late for you. Anyway, right here on the recovery, it's Toasted getting it over to Cyber Warrior. Cyber eyeing down the goal. Oh, that's going to float right into the awaiting mitts of Dragon, or I guess the waiting claws, as the case may be. Midfield, Sir Waffles with another clear as well. Some good boost. Garbanzo Beans breaking loose. Has an open goal and just able to get it at least through, but not into the actual goal itself. That said, a rebound to the backboard and finding that cleanup once more. 10 points for the 4 Angy men. So coming back once again.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, so as they line up their stacks here for Zero Gravity, still in a position where they're trying to find that first couple points. Now the Joust gets a loose Old Dog, trying to grab it, but unfortunately for them, Garbanzo Beans will get it instead. Diddy finds a shot, and it's a dozen, going the way of the 4.
6.
So definitely a strong start here for the 4 Angy men. Looking good, 3 minutes in. Now trying to grab that disc here. Toasted needs to get it out pretty fast, and you can just see the defense really pressuring hard. Diddy now a slap back. Good punch from Sir Waffles, and again the angle here on the goal will dump it in with a bit of power and strength behind that short range shot. So Sir Waffles 88. And they're pulling ahead here, continuing to, as we approach the final 2:45 of round 1.
6, 5, 4.
Cyanide shouting out the great passing from Garbanzo. Absolutely. Seems like every time that disc is loose, I'm always saying Garbanzo's name first, and then Garbanzo gets it and just eyes front, back, and side, trying to find those passing lanes and doing so pretty well. That said, a tough shot attempt there on a goalie, rebounded maybe off that nest. You can see a good short-range boost coming in from Cyber Warriors. Cyber Warrior on the pass over to Old Dog. Old Dog going up high, maybe a miscommunication as it's flung out of there, so went for the right idea, went for the pass, but one teammate zigging, while he maybe should have zagged, so just not there the comms, but otherwise a good idea. That said, getting back into the midfield, it's going to be Diddy. Can he do it again for another 3? No. It's going to be sent to the bottom of the floor where it's overtaken and slapped to the wedge.
Orange catches the enemy.
So over to Sir Waffles now as he dips below a couple defenders and attempts to find a delivery to someone. No one quite in the area, so back to Old Dog. And zero gravity here, stuck on 0 points for the moment, but that can always change at a moment's notice if they can look for some grabs. You can see here trying to kind of both eye each other from behind to look for the stacks, but again, just the attempts at gathering, not conducive yet to a stack. These are the situations right here where you see the moment that that disc is loose, you definitely want to be looking for your stacks, checking behind you, checking for someone to grab, and keep up, the actions there per minute. As Garbanzo Beans, with about a minute left, is going to be taken out by Toasted. A nice grab indeed off that backboard, showing some more of those goalkeeper skills that we saw even in that last stream we just finished with Protostar and Schrödinger's disc. Always impressive. So good saves there, but on the other end of the floor, it's going to be Myth. By the way, Myth, if you watch this later and I'm pronouncing your name wrong, just please tell me what to do. Maybe you're Mountain, MT, Mount YH, who knows? Either or, still searching for their first goal. There's a midfielder, perhaps going to take it back, but eventually Garbanzo gets the disc first, off the bottom wedge and into the top ramp. So 30 seconds remaining here in this one, as another clear is going to find its way to the orange zone. Yeah, the grabs coming through and coming out from Myth here, and it will get the disc, maybe find some points. Gonna set it out there on that pass attempt, but intercepted by Garbanzo, of course. So Garbanzo needing to evade, trying to maneuver, but getting stunned out, getting stopped out. That said, getting shut out here in this round will be the win for 4 Angy men, at least in the first. But of course, we got at least 10 more minutes to play it back and see if Zero Gravity can make a comeback. So as we do roam to that stat screen for you, pardon me for a moment as I go search for my water. Did not have much time between the last game and this one, so pardon the silence for just a minute. Okay, and I'm back. And I see, there you go, what Princess was referring to there with Smurf Village and Ambush. That was a very late scheduled match. Must have been in the last hour or so. And that's scheduled to start in about 8 minutes. Well, I have no comms with the team, so I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to casting that one, but also a bit late here, so let's see how this one ends. Nonetheless, round 2. This is the time now for Zero Gravity, hopefully for them. Much like me, resetting on the casting end of things, taking a drink of water and collecting the thoughts. For the teams, that's going to be an important thing as well, to just do the same. Use 1 minute intermission between rounds to their full advantage and just figure out what went wrong, what went right, and just do more of that. So let's see this first joust here. Neutral joust going to go off and result in the goal. And that's a perfect way to start here for Zero Gravity. 0 no more. They are 2 gravity on the board. Old Dog just finding that one-on-one head-on. See Wertis in there saying hard reset, ZG. You got this. You can do it. Exactly. Those resets, fresh 10 minutes means a fresh mindset. And thus far, I mean, can't argue with the results. Already outdoing their scoring output and not being shut out in this round compared to the first. So here it goes. Old Dog gets the disc back and looks for a clear. And that's, again, a great way to start. If they can just check behind and look for the boost, that's the only only place it's going wrong, essentially. And I would definitely just suggest as, the change in game plan. The minute that disc is lost, you're always looking behind you for the next person you can either grab or stun or something of the sort. Because, yeah, if they can play some good defense here again, like they do right there, there's Toasted Tartars with the tartar sauce. putting some strength behind the clear. That's what I mean. So immediately after the clear, you're looking for someone to boost off of. But that's some great defense. That said, some good persistence here from 4 Angy men to maybe get the disc back and have another shot at the goal. They're going to sling it there, Sir Waffles into the bubble, but there is a backliner there, toasted once more, retaining. Schlart in the chat as well, saying, sup. At the moment, zero gravity, they're up, which is odd because, you know, gravity usually means down, but either or. Up to the top of the ceiling, going to be taken back here by Garbanzo. Garbanzo for that backboarded play, not finding the conversion. And all the meanwhile, Soisy in the chat there, subscribing at tier 1. Thank you so much in the clutch. A lot of appreciation to that and all the support, as always, from the community and from Soisy in this case. Making me smile for a mile. But all the meanwhile, these teams here on the side of the bubble dealing some trouble. Old Dog, not new tricks. Again on the good defense, finding a clear. But look, the speed from Angy men, that is what's getting them back here first. So although Myth actually does get there, it was 4 other players for 4 Angy men that were all nearby. And getting some more grabs again and again. Now a quick volleyball slap, basically, off of that disc into the blue zone. It is going to result in a grab here. Looks like some nice boost coming through. That said, look at another good defensive stop there from the stuns. It was Cyber Warrior being a warrior indeed, but sailing into the bubble. Once more, it's toasted. So a pass off here to Cyber. Cyber trying for the pass up high. A nice delivery again to Old Dog. Old Dog trying to dodge and maneuver right through that clustered up defense. And now just spreading the floor. So a bounce attempt. I like the idea, but didn't work out, unfortunately. But they do actually have a midfielder there to intercept it. So Toasted Tartars going off the goal and into the midfield, exactly what you need to do, and offering some extra opportunities for zero gravity. So it's going to be taken here now from Old Dog. Side pass here to Toasted, and the defense roasted. That's 4 points going the way now of zero gravity. So an inverse of what we saw in round 1, where it was just all offensive control being shown from 4 Angy men, but now it's 4 Angy men being shut out. Meanwhile, it's zero gravity. The 2 points, the 2 goals rather, to find themselves ahead by 4. Now this rollout going to be tough on the catch. They still actually get it, and nice snag out there from MT, from the Myth. Still going to go with that. Otherwise, I really don't know what to go with. But yeah, nice job from them. Look at these handoff plays as well. I really like that passing game being shown from zero gravity. Those were not easy passes or catches because of all that defense in the way. They still get it through. Looking good. Old Dog here, rolling up the floor, but getting stunned out. A good headbutt indeed. So look at that. The head he plays in more ways than one, showing that good presence of mind. All right, so now it's going to be taken on the bottom of the floor here. 4 points still to the advantage of zero gravity. If they can score again, that's going to build them all the more strength as they approach this final half of round 2. So Old Dog, there they go. And it will not be a goal, at least not immediately, but being rebounded here and then right back again. Some nice stuns from Old Dog, but some better grabs from Diddy. So stuns, saves, and clears all abound. Big mess forming there. But eventually going to be sent into the blue zone. And now as the players boost for the disc, it will be retained here. And zero gravity looking for a pass. So Dog gets it back. Has a Cyber Warrior in tow, trying to look for just a little tap-off boost, so nicely done. Slightly strong on the pass, but the catch eventually going in, and look at that, they've got the shot again. Cyber X Warrior Xing out for Angy men, at least in this round thus far. 6-0, looking good.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And I'll see more people stopping by in the chat there. Meatballer and Aiden. Did I say Adan? Adan? Adano McFabulous? No. Aiden. Hey, Dan. Either way, a shot again. Going to be off the pole. Taken back here by Sir Waffles. So Waffles going up into the goalie. 2 of them diving out, actually. So a lot of goalkeepers in the way. And finally, paves the way for a 2-point shot. Do-da-diddy. And do you know how hard it is to resist saying diddy-dum-diddy-do every single time? It really, really is. Don't get me wrong, I'll say it, but I just gotta pace myself. You know, maybe not do it for every Angy match, you know? But it's very, very, very tempting nonetheless. That said, Old Dog here having himself a great second round, trying to get a goal again, but going to be stunned instead by Garbanzo. Now into the blue line, there's 2 players there for 4 Angy men trying to spread out a bit. Taking it is Waffles. Waffles sending it to the barrier, hoping that a teammate was there, but it was not the case. So Old Dog is in the right place for a clear and barely squeezes past that midfield defender. Nonetheless, Dragon collects it right back again here in the midfield, trying to avoid, but no, it's Old Dog. Once again, just hands all over it. And hands down, man down, or paws down. Either way, no pause. They're continuing to roll in round 2. 9 points. 2 minutes remaining. And probably, possibly, eyeing that round 3. They still got to hold on for a little bit longer.
Teams entering the arena. It's headed back down. Picked off.
All right, so disc here going to be stolen out, stunned out. Garbanzo gets the goal. Sorry about that. Was taking some water, but you know what? Flowing like that liquid. It is another goal for 4 Angy men, and couldn't come any sooner. With a minute 40 left, that still makes it a very interesting match, interesting second round. Back to zero gravity. Priority here has to be disc control, if nothing else. Just, you know, they don't need to keep scoring or scoring fast. I mean, if it's available, then take it, absolutely. But if it's not, then don't bother. You know, just try and prioritize control. And especially here, I mean, you know, this is the kind of situation where it gets very, very tough, and you're starting to feel the heat, feel the pressure of this late round situation, this clutch situation. So, you know, hold on to that control. Don't allow any 3 points, especially. So you can see right there, Toasted, who's had some fantastic saves in this game, already ahead of me in that matter, and trying to get ahead of the disc there, diving out and taking it back. So going for the ramp wisely to avoid that defender there in the midfield. But unfortunately, another midfielder, that's Dragon, will get it back. Now, as it so happens, that goal is somewhat exposed. Got to be careful slapping it out and covering it off again. So just barely trying to hold on to this lead. 5-point lead. If they expire just a few more seconds off this clock, they're going to be able to take that second round and claim it and make that third round a reality, as the shot going to be off, or the pass perhaps it was. So now time is no longer on the side, it looks like. So Myth getting it and clearing it through that midfield. And indeed, we're going to be looking at the third round. Happily so. As Garbanzo goes for that clear. All right, so winding down that round. And just got to give props to Zero Gravity, because with one more shot attempt there. But with being shut out, it was 14-0 in that first round. And it would be very, very easy for any team, right, to be scoreless and just have that carry over to the next round and feel bad about yourself and about yourselves as a team, and just thinking, you know, well, wow, that went way unexpectedly. But instead of doing that, no, they just took the intermission to regather their thoughts. They came out strong with a score just a few seconds into the second round, and it was all up from there. So good mental game being shown, mental strength. And because of that, we got yet another third round series here on stream. Gotta love it. All right, taking a look at those stats thus far. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, no resident sleeper. I've been streaming all day. My mouth is dry. Gotta water myself. That's how a pally grows. I'm a growing door, don't you know? But reading off the stats here, it was 9 points for Garbanzo Beans, 7 for Diddy, 2 for Sir Waffles, 2 saves there for Dragon. Over on the other side of things, Cyber Warrior with 2 points. It's 5 for Old Dog. It's 2 for Toasted Tartars. And a save and a couple steals there for Myth. as we go back here to the third round. All right, starting off, let's see who wins the joust. It will be Cyber Warrior taking it calmly and sending it softly over to the tap now for Angy Men. Now up to the top ramp, going to be taken out. Garbanzo Beans reigns supreme. It's 2 points, 7 meters out, and a nice shot to start him off in the third round. Just 15 seconds in. Also got a comment from Swift in DM. Saw that. Yeah, if you hear a buzz in the background, my apologies. You know, it's my AC, and I'm in AZ, Arizona, so it's awfully hot. I can no longer commit to turning that off for every stream, lest I collapse and die. So, yeah, hopefully the buzz isn't too obvious. So, nonetheless, it's going to roam out here on that clear, bounce every which way into the awaiting mitts of Toasted. Will be stunned out and taken back here by Garbanzo. So Garbanzo on the side wall, side panel, looking to the bow tie perhaps, but not really finding the mark. Eventually lurking, it's going to be Sir Waffles taking it back. So as they do approach here, handoff going to be stunned, going off again, and more attempted stuns, but maybe losing the hands there for Cyber Warrior. But they'll look for the clear and deep into the orange zone. That's going to bounce pretty close to the goal, as is often the case. Very tough when it goes off of there. You always kind of clench and just wait to see if it goes in when it's off the corner panels. But Old Dog taking it from up high. It's being stunned out by Garbanzo, and Garbanzo's going to the tunnel now, where Toasted may be in position to collect. And taken here by Toasted once again, off into the mid lane by Garbanzo Beans, and maybe a goal. No, it's going to be open, but just not quite accurate enough. So Old Dog taking that one away, going up high to the mid lane, but too strong in the pass. So will be retained maybe through all of the thickets. Myth trying to just get that disc knocked loose. Eventually, though, Dragon takes that. There is Toasted, who's been a great goalie so far, but inverting and converting. It's Dragon, leaving him hurting. 4 points, a couple minutes into round 3.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, on this joust now, down by 4. This is kind of identical to how it started off in round 2 there for Zero Gravity, where, you know, they were ahead by 4. But now it's 4 Angy Men doing the same thing. So really a lot of heavily contested gameplay. Neither team really able to get too much of an advantage yet, but obviously for the side of Zero Gravity, they're going to want to score somewhat soon here. You know, make sure that they can continue building off the momentum that they were initially building in round 2. I know towards the end, the last couple minutes, it started going the way of 4 Angy Men a little bit. So that's why they definitely need to be careful here, not to give up too much. You know, try and slow it down and find some passes if they can to just get the heads back in it. Because really, once they had that mid-round intermission between rounds 1 and 2, that's where you saw Zero Gravity start to pull ahead and start to look a bit more collected, you know, from the team play end. So trying to see some of that again. You can see the intention there maybe on the pass, but just no comms coming through perhaps, so not looking for the catch. And maybe about to be punished for it. Let's see. Sir Waffle's going to roll up, but be taken out by Myth. So Myth slapping over to the midfield. And 6 minutes remaining here as it will be collected by Dragon. Dragon sending it through, flying to another intercept here. And some defense being played pretty tightly. You can see kind of man v man defense here, one-on-one defense from a lot of those players, really not offering the passing lane. So that's kind of a good job in the sense from 4 Angy Men to just really put on the pressure and make sure they don't have a lot of time to work with or a lot of great angles to pass through, especially in the midfield where you have so many different pieces of geometry just lurking in the way and really interrupting the chances at getting some easy passes. Now, Diddy looking for an easy pass indeed, but being stunned out and still going to go in, I think, dunking it home. Garbanzo at the last second just for the guarantee. 6 points for 4 Angy Men and shutting out Zero Gravity all of a sudden, much like round 1 in these first 5 minutes.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Team
right, so on this deep clear might result in some success. We'll see. There's 3 different players, all for zero gravity, so a chance to roll it in for the goal, and they do get it in just barely, in fact. So Baron down for the 2 points. Dragon almost saved it, so that was very close, but luckily for zero gravity, they still had just enough time to find that shot. So 4 minutes, 35 seconds remaining in this third and final round of our final match of the night. From up high, Do-Da-Diddy going for that clear. It's going to be caught here by Sir Waffles. Another tightly strung pass, a lot of heat behind it, but a great catch, and a shot to match. Garbanzo Beans. 8 points now for Angy Men. Those were some really nice passes. Right down the floor. I mean, look at that, just strung right along, a deep pass, and cool, calm, collected shot. Gotta love it. Soisy loves it. Garbanzo Beans, maybe another one. They're gonna love that. An open goal, but maybe not so much love because the disc was lost and no love lost as Myth tries to find a pass down below to Old Dog. So finding that first pass, but now holding on to it and being stunned out, stolen from, and another narrow miss, just dodging the goal. So back here for Garbanzo, and it will go. 10-2. Took him a few tries, but the persistence paying off. Second chance, third chance efforts. And that will definitely hurt a defense for any team. Now 3 minutes left, 3:18. A little bit of time, but just unable to find that same scoring output on zero gravity as they did in that second round there. That said, a nice retrieval from Old Dog, and the hesitation move, but unable to hit. Connecting now over to Myth, side wall, and bouncing down into the bottom. So trying to contest that, getting stuck here on this side a little bit. We'll see if they can make something work. Floating through the air and grabbing it is Cyber Warrior. Cyber sending it to the floor. Old Dog just past the reach, and Sir Waffles. Now that will reach the opposite side here in the blue. And maybe enabling a open shot, but another narrow ding, still rebounded, and again, now that one was a absolute zinger from Do-Da-Diddy. A 3-point hit, coming out with some speed. And that is 13 points for the 4 Angy Men, and they're looking to definitely come out here, I think, with a victory. Not a lot of time left, but certainly a lot of good momentum on their side. So another steal, won't find the goal, but it will find a rebound for them. You can see all 4 players for the Angy Men spacing out. Now a soft pass up high, still a little too strong to reach the teammate. You can see again that nest this time blocking the viewport there. But now as these teams go for some boosting, or at least trying to get some of that going, you know, get some late goals here. There you go. The 3-man chain, and will be taken back by Toast as they get the clear. So there you go again. Immediately once it's gone, trying to look for their stacks a little bit, but you know, every second wasted is another second you're offering the opposing team to collect the disc. Because definitely, you know, anytime you're floating down the sky like that, you know, turn around, look for a boost. That's the name of the game for sure. Make up any kind of misplays with all the speed in the world. The passes being strung along here pretty nicely to Old Dog. Old Dog looking for a deep throw, maybe shot attempt. It's going to float into the bottom of the bubble. So time winding down here. 13-2 advantage in round 3. Zero gravity though with a disc again, and the shot just barely missing again. So close. These attempts were really looking good, but just too tough on the conversion. So right there, a soft one. You can see the intention, but just missing the receiver. Cyber Warrior, one more shot, and that one will drop finally. So 4 points. Cyber Warrior gets it to go after a few different attempts, an array of them in fact, but 13-4. Advantage to 4 Angy Men, and the win will indeed be guaranteed nonetheless. So still a good game, still went to the 3 rounds. But much like Zero Gravity, between round 1 and 2, we're able to kind of come back with some fire, you know, after the intermission. It was 4 Angy Men doing pretty much the exact same thing there, as you can see, with just a nice output, 13 points. And just kind of running down the clock for the last play.
That's the round.
So get those scores for you just in a second, as we do kind of wind down this stream. Ooh, almost broke something. All right, anyway, to the score screen here. It was 17 points leading the way for 4 angry men. It was Garbanzo Beans. Definitely impressed on that end. Just look at the stat line, in fact. 1 assist, 3 saves, 2 steals, 36 stuns. Really filling it up. Dragon with a couple points, couple saves, a steal, 19 stuns. He had Doodah Diddy with 10 points, 2 assists, 1 save, and 4 steals, as well as 37 stuns. And then Sir Waffles with 2 points, 7 assists, and 28 stuns. That's a very, very high assist number. Gotta hand it to Sir Waffles. Definitely a gentleman on the deliveries to the team. You know, making the lives of your teammates easier by giving them those passes and making those plays. Meanwhile, for Zero Gravity, still some nice distribution overall. I mean, you can see 4 points for Cyber Warrior, 1 save, 27 stuns. Old Dog definitely impressing. Perhaps MVP of Zero Gravity's side here with that stat, like 5 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, 2 steals, 23 stuns. Filling it up for sure. And even on the stats that didn't always show up, just the mid lane, you know, pressure and able to get to the disc first a lot of the time and just cause problems. I mean, was really all over the floor. You had Toasted Tartars with 2 points, 2 saves, 22 stuns. Quite frankly, I feel like maybe more saves not being credited, because there were some nice ones there from Toasted for sure. And then MTYH, aka Myth, with 1 assist, 2 saves, 4 steals, and 66 stuns. So absolutely immense on the brawling end of things. That is a huge difference between the 66 and look at everyone else. The next highest is what, 37 on the other team. So a lot of brawls, no doubt, and that's gonna leave some bruises. But nonetheless, that is the match. That is the series. That is the end of this stream. Had a lot of games today throughout the afternoon and evening. And this, indeed, I'm going to do one more refresh on my match page just to see if there were any other late scheduled matches, but looks like we are in the clear. So, all right, there we go. With that said, that'll do it for the game and the stream. Thanks to Ignite by the by. You might have seen there on the neutral joust now. We actually have that new little animation that pulls down from below the team names that shows you the joust speeds and the joust times for the first joust of each round. So that's pretty interesting to get a read on that now, adding the little extra touches. So thank you to the team Ignite for their contributions as always. Shout out to our sponsors, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Rebuff Reality, Fixed Gaming, and VRware for their support. Again, as always, super appreciated. Our moderators, Wit, Nada, Sneaky Evil, Princess, Alacost, Gilligan, Echo Zero, and Daniel McFabulous. Always the super fabulous work, as always, across the board from them. And, of course, to the stream and the chat who's joined me for any or all of these matches throughout the afternoon and evening. It's been fun. Thanks for joining and for chatting. Wordis in there, Soisy, and thanks again, Soisy, by the by, for the subscription. And actually, Wordis as well. Apparently, I missed it, so shame on me subscribing for 1 month as well. Unless I didn't miss it, and I'm just that tired and forgetting things, you know, 10 minutes later. Goldfish brain. Happens sometimes. But thank you so much, you know, both Soisy and Wordis for the 1 month for Wordis, the 4 months for Soisy on those tier 1 subs. Always great to have that support, and yeah, keeps the casters going. Among all the other things, of course, just the chatting and things like that. It's good times. Lucas in there saying, "Wow, I just joined, and it's ending." I'm sorry. There were a solid 5 or 6 matches, so you got a lot of VODs to watch over, if nothing else. There were definitely some good games in there. A couple OTs across some of the games, several round 3s. So there's a lot of good stuff to look out for. But of course, if you're more interested in seeing games live, well, we have lots of live matches every single day, hours and hours at a time. So don't worry, there'll be more soon. Cyanide in there saying GG's and thanks for the cast. No problem. Thanks for watching. And in venues as well. I heard your name mentioned by like Nightfire and such the other day. Kind of a Cyanide being a regular over there in the Oculus venues streams every Sunday. So good to hear. And Schlart as well. One last shout out to you, as well as Aiden, AI Dan. All of the above, none of the above. But always a pleasure to see you guys. And yes, that'll do it for me. So until tomorrow, everyone be happy, be healthy, be safe, be good to each other, and I'll surely see you again very, very soon.